Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College for game number 2 of the doubleheader and the final game of the series between Walters State and VolState. Walters State won game 1 of the doubleheader, 11-0. The umpires have arrived, and let's get to the Toyota Gallatin. Starting lineups first for the visitors from Walters State. Cole Fenton leading off playing shortstop. Nate Connor batting second playing right field. Jack Vogley in left field hitting third. Tyler Myatt is the DH, and he's the cleanup hitter. Holden Pantier batting fifth playing third base. Carson Cabbage behind the plate hitting sixth. Walker Morgan the first baseman. He hits seventh. Jack Torbett is at second base batting eighth, and batting ninth, the center fielder, Taylor Harris on the mound. For Walters State, number 15, Gage Peterson, 6'5", 220 pounds, sophomore from Jonesboro, Tennessee, attended David Crockett High School. And now the starting lineup for the Pioneers come in now with a record of 10-14 in conference, 30-16 after losing 2 straight to Walters State, now 3 straight, as they lost the last game of the 3-game series at Roane State. So now the longest losing streak for VolState, tied with the longest losing streak. Lost 3 to Pellissippi earlier in the year. Drew Plummer leads off. He plays second base. Reed Mashinsky in right field batting second. Easton Denning at first base, batting third. Cleanup hitter is Gage Hoover. He plays left field. Lex Falsoni behind the plate, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Luke Lawson. He's in center field. Batting seventh, the DH, Brody Prairie, a freshman out of Clarksville, Rossview High School. DH is batting seventh. Batting eighth, A.J. Armstrong playing third base. And batting ninth, Brady Nepper playing shortstop. On the mound for the Pioneers, another Clarksville Wildcat, Ryan Murphy, getting his third start of the year, 9th appearance. A right-hander transferred from Lincoln Memorial University. 14 2/3 innings of work, 11 hits, 12 runs, 10 of those are earned. 13 walks, 16 strikeouts. He's got a 6.14 ERA. Ryan, 6'1", 175-pound redshirt sophomore. Battled arm issues after transferring from LMU. He will get his general studies degree in May. He's the son of Mike Murphy and Melissa Kennedy. Got a grandma in Clarksville and a Grams in Massachusetts. I think I said earlier that both of his grandparents up in Massachusetts. One of them is in Clarksville, Tennessee. I apologize. He was one of the 21 participants of sophomore day. He's a 2.5-year player. Came after his first semester at LMU, but did not get on the field because of an arm injury. Getting his third start of the year, so 7-inning contest. They'll ride Ryan as far as they can ride him. Walters State, 11 runs, 8 hits, 1 error in game 1. Aiden Robertson got his 10th win of the year. That leads the conference. Eben Hansen charged with the loss. He falls to 4-3 on the season. As we are about set for baseball here in game number 2, getting started a little bit early, since game 1 was only a 5-inning contest. First batter that Murphy will face, Cole Fenton, the shortstop. Cole 2 for 4 in game 1. We are underway at 2:20 p.m. Central Time. Game time temperature 80 degrees, brought to you by Accurate Mortgage. Mike Hoover and folks at Accurate Mortgage in Smyrna and Franklin. Fisted, and that's going to get down just over the head of A.J. Armstrong. Cole Fenton leads off the third straight game with a single. That fastball ate him up. He was able to get enough aluminum on it to lift it out just past the infield into left field. That brings up Nate Connor. Connor was 0 for 1 in game 1, but he reached base 3 times and scored all 3 times. Walked twice and was hit by a pitch. Looks at a ball up. Connor had a 5-game hitting streak snapped. Throw over to first. Denning's tag on Fenton is late. Connor now 1 for 4 in the series, but has scored 6 times. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Fenton bluffed going, but did not. On deck, Jack Vogley. Another throw over to first. Saw somebody with a Summit Spartan t-shirt on between games. Asked him about it, and he said he was one of the teachers at Summit High School, coming to see 3 players as the runner is off, pitches ball outside. The tag is late. Fenton steals second. Now the stolen base in each of the 3 games. So I re-looked on my score sheet. Jace Kirby is the former Summit Spartan, 6 foot, 180-pound, left-handed pitcher from Spring Hill. Murphy's now gone 3 balls and 1 strike to Nate Connor, the sophomore right fielder, back from last year's squad. Not sure, he might have played first base last year. Playing right field now, 3-1 pitch, popped up in the left side. Gage Hoover looking up into the clouds and the clear sky. There's a mixture up there. He makes the catch for out number 1. Jack Vogley stands in, number 13, the left fielder. Vogley 0 for the series so far. Don't want to be a broadcaster jinx against VolState, of course, but don't think he can hear me. Fastball is up. 0 for 3 in game 1. Yesterday, 0 for 2 in the first game of the doubleheader, but has scored 4 runs. Starts to swing there. Pitch lands in the dirt. Called a ball, and they will not check with the base umpire, Mark McNabney. Trevor Stevens behind the plate for game 2. Murphy able to come back and get Connor after going to 3 balls, and now he's gone 3 balls, no strikes to Vogley with Tyler Myatt on deck, leading RBI man in the country in Division I baseball. Rio misses inside, ball 4. First walk of the game for Brian Murphy.
After that, Tyler Myatt.
Vogley's 5th walk of the series. And he has scored on the first 4. Now Tyler Myatt stands in. Vogley scored ahead of Tyler Myatt 2 grand slams. Not a grand slam opportunity here as the slider misses up. Only 2 on. Myatt was 1 for 3 in both games. And those ones are grand slams. Throw back to second. Fenton is back in time. Myatt scored 3 times in yesterday's contest, once in this game. So he's 2 for 6. So his .518 batting average, I believe, is what he had coming in. is suffered as there's a wild pitch and moves the runners up and opens up a spot for Tyler Myatt to draw a walk. See if they go ahead and just put him on. Ryan Murphy's third wild pitch of the year. Nearly hit with the pitch, and the count goes 3 balls and no strikes. Wind seems to have died down just a little bit from game 1. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks and now loads the bases with 1 out. And Hayden Pantier. Not a stat that I can find that shows intentional walks, but that was not an intentional walk to Myatt, but I would believe that he's received a few of those, especially here late. Hayden Pantier stands in from the right-handed batter's box, and he smashes one in the left field. That's down for a base hit. Will roll all the way to the Hayden Schrum sign. 2 runs will score. They will hold the runner at third as throw comes into the infield. 2-run double for Pantier gets Walters State on the board. Second hit of the inning. Scores Fenton, who led off with a single, and Vogley, who walked 2 batters later. Myatt now down at third, and Carson Cabbage, the catcher, stands in. Cabbage played in the 9-inning game yesterday that turned into a 7-inning game. He went 0 for 2, scored twice, walked twice. Breaking pitch misses up. And a right-hander already getting loose down in the bullpen. Looks like Drew Moorhead is up and moving around. For some reason throwing that ball off of the... Hope he's not throwing it on that wall that we're trying to fix down there in the bullpen. Breaking pitch misses outside. Trying to work with Allie Cassidy, Brick and Stone, Richard Waltz to try to get the bullpen brick fixed down in the VolState bullpen. Guy's been throwing the weighted balls against the brick wall. That's drilled out to right field. Back goes Mashinsky. He's still going back, and that ball's going to leave the yard. Carson Cabbage has just gone the opposite way and hit a 3-run home run to clear the bases. Walters State now up 5-0. Line drive opposite field. Cabbage hits his 8th home run. Now 31 RBIs for Cabbage. One out, Walker Morgan steps to the plate. Three hits in the inning, along with 2 walks, and that's 5 runs. Walters State scores more runs in the country than anybody. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Another breaking pitch is tapped foul toward VolState dugout. Last year, Walker Morgan hit .291 for the Senators. Played in 50 games, got 110 official at-bats, 32 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs last year. Looks at ball 2, count is 2-2. The starting pitcher in yesterday's game got the win. Starting at first base for the 2nd straight game. Foul ball again on the inside curveball. Morgan 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Drew a walk, struck out, scored a run. Jack Torbett in the on-deck circle. 1 out. Ground ball to short. Nepper has that one hop up on him. Gloves it and will not be able to make a play. Some tough hops happening out there in the shortstop area today.
Up to that, Jack.
That would be an error on Brady Nepper. Jack Torbett stands in. Jack was 0 for 2 at a sacrifice fly. Struck out a couple of times. Murphy delivers a breaking pitch up. Lex Falsoni behind the plate here in game 2. Scotty Dean got the start in game 1 of the doubleheader, had to come out. Injured his hand, got hit by a foul tip, I understand. Two-0 now. Popped up on the right side. Mashinsky coming on, Plummer going out. Mashinsky loses his lid and makes the catch for out number 2. His former volunteer assistant coach John Ripel remarked in game 1, Reed Mashinsky loses his hat on about every fly ball he catches. It's definitely happening with the wind blowing the way it is. Taylor Harris, number 9 batter, to come to the plate. Grounds one foul. That will get down off the Rawlings side, kick out into fair territory. Maybe a fair ball and Savannah Banana ball. That's sweeping the country. Savannah Bananas playing in NFL stadiums now. Coming to Nissan Stadium, I understand, in May here in Nashville. 0-1 pitch. Slider. Murphy thought that caught part of the plate, asking where it missed. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Scotty Dean left the game in game 1. In the top of the 3rd, J.C. Menendez came on for Dean. Got an at-bat, drew a walk. VolState could only manage 2 hits against Aiden Robertson. Shutout victory for the young right-hander. Had a lot of scouts looking at him. Heading to Virginia Tech. That's into the hole, and that will get off the glove of Brady Nepper. Morgan will drop the anchor at second base. Single by Harris that just leaks into left field, and now Cole Fenton will get another at-bat here in the top of the 1st inning. Tough luck there as Harris didn't necessarily blister that one, but he hit it where they ain't. 4th hit in the inning puts runners at 1st and 2nd. Fenton looks at a fastball low and away. Fenton, one of just a few, maybe the only true freshman that plays any amount of time. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Ground ball to the left side. That one stays down. Nepper gloves and throws on to first. Dug out of there by Easton Denning to retire the Senators. Nice play there by Brady Nepper to redeem himself after the error. Walters State sends 10 to the plate. They plate 5. All those runs were earned on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. VolState trails 5-0. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
I want to thank John Dallas of Cultivate Performance out of Lebanon, Tennessee. He's been the strength and conditioning coach for VolState baseball this year. A left-handed pitcher from MTSU, former player for Coach McGuire over at MTSU. He's been working with the players at Framework Athletics. I want to thank folks over there at Framework as well. Ryan McDuffie and Zach Duke, former Major League pitcher. VolState trains at Framework Athletics whenever they can't get outside on the field, but they also, a couple times a week during the spring here, have been doing strength training over there with the help of John Dallas, Dowless, as Drew Plummer stands in, facing Gage Peterson, 6'5", 220-pound right-hander from Jonesboro, Tennessee. Delivers the first pitch to Plum for a called strike. Plummer gets hit on the hand, and that does not feel good. That may be the second injury, and Plummer is going to get a visit from Justin McKinney, who's just now coming back into the fenced-in area. You know, everybody gets a 15-minute smoke break. Justin McKinney just getting off of his. Jim McGuire over his. I'm just kidding. Justin McKinney does not smoke. Drew Plummer's going to head on down to first base with some injured digits. That left hand, he's going to take his time getting down there. 6th hit batter of the year by Gage Peterson. Plummer was 1 for 3 with a double in game 1 of the doubleheader. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Lucas Wilburn, first-year volunteer assistant coach down there at first base, checking on him. Mark McNabney, the umpire, also has deemed him fit to continue. And now Reed Mashinsky stands in. Reed sees a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Reed 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader. He's 0 for 6 in the series, looking for his first hit. Now will be a good time. Peterson rushes it up there. There's a breaking pitch that nips at the outside corner from Bradenton, Tennessee. He's been in Tennessee long enough. We're going to claim him as a Tennessean now. From Bradenton, Florida. He's up there for 3 pitches, swings at the last one. He's down on strikes. First out of the bottom of the first. Easton Denning will stand in. Easton 1 for 3 in game 1, had a couple strikeouts. He and Plummer had the only 2 hits in the ball game. Fastball misses outside. Vogley in left, Harrison center, Connor in right. Pantier at third, Fenton at shortstop, Torbett at second, Morgan at first, Cabbage behind the plate, catching Gage Peterson. Denning fouls that one off and out of play. That's probably over toward my Toyota Tundra. Purchased at Toyota of Gallatin. From salesman Wayne Hobdy. He gave me a deal back in COVID year 2020. 1-1 to Denning is the overhand breaking pitch that lands high and outside. Two-one count, 1 out, 1 on. Plummer, who was hitting a hand, leading off at first. That's drilled into center field. It will get down right in front of Harris. Denning hit that one sharply. There's the first hit of the ball game for the Pioneers. Denning now with a hit in each of the 3 games. And Gage Hoover is looking for his first hit of the series, stands in. He's 0 for 5. Couple of strikeouts in game 1. First pitch he sees, a breaking pitch outside. Cleveland State swept the series against Dyersburg. They get a 7-0 win today at Cleveland. I believe that game probably was broadcasted by Walters State broadcaster Chuck Sebastian. I think when he's not broadcasting Walters State, I don't think Walters State Lady Senators are playing at home. So I think he probably was at Cleveland State, called that series. Hoover takes a healthy cut on the 2-0 pitch, comes up empty. Columbia State is at Pellissippi State. They're playing the first game today. They have a doubleheader tomorrow. Columbia State leading 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th as Hoover again swings. Southwest Tennessee is 6-2 over Jackson State at Jackson. That's in the bottom of the 6th. Roan State taking on Motlow as Hoover swings at 3 straight. And he's down on strikes. And Lex Falsoni steps to the plate. Lex 0 for 1 in game 1 of the doubleheader. He walked. Also popped out to the first baseman. Lex with good year with the long balls this year. Had 2 in one game at Roan State. 2 in a game, I believe that was the very first game he played this year. Hit the first pitch he saw of the season into the parking lot in left field. 2-0 pitch. Popped up and out of play off to the right side. He has 7 big flies. Of his 16 hits, 9 are for extra bases, 2 doubles, 7 home runs. Came in hitting .291. Chopper to short. Fenton backs up, and he'll go the short way to Torbett to retire Denning on the fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. After 1, Walters State leads 5-0 here in the 3rd game of the series. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Moving to the top of the second inning, Ryan Murphy out for his second inning of work, hoping on a better outcome in the second. Gave up 5 runs on 4 hits, walked 2 batters. Gavin King, the emergency catcher in between innings. Lex Falsoni, who made the last out, just now coming out with his equipment on. I guess Hudson Blank, I'm not sure who's warming up pitchers, either Hudson Blank or J.C. Menendez, but Gavin King was using, it is Hudson Blank that's down at the bullpen. Not sure where J.C. Menendez was during that half inning. Turn the music off. There we go. They were enjoying that song. I look up and I see Nate Connor is at the plate, but music's still going. I'm wondering what is going on here. I mean, first game of the year, I guess. That pitch gets between the wickets, gets into the 5-hole, 2 balls, no strikes to Nate Connor, who flew out to left field his first time up. Murphy pitching from the stretch, and a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Drew Plummer back out at his position at second base after taking one off the left hand. So no changes there. Swinging a foul back from Connor. One of the 3 players from Science Hill High School up in Johnson City. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. This team will be tough to beat in the conference tournament for sure. They got pitching and hitting and defense. It's lifted up into left center field. Luke Lawson looked like he had a little trouble with it out there, but he makes the catch for out number 1. Connor 0 for 2.
After that, Jack Vogel.
Vogel walked for the 5th time in the first inning. Not in the first inning, for the 5th time in the series. 5 walks in an inning might be a record. Looks at a breaking pitch outside. R.J. Moore makes an appearance. Gives some new baseballs to home plate umpire Trevor Stevens. Conference tournament hosted by Chattanooga State. Broadcast on the Game Time Sports Network. It's a Huddle production. Jay Harper owns Game Time Sports Network, and he's asked me to help him with the tournament this year. I'll be handling the baseball side. He'll be handling softball. As a check swing by Vogel ruled that he has gone around far enough, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike. Vogel from Loveland, Ohio. He's a pitch away from drawing his 6th walk of the series. Came in with 23 walks to today. There's in there for a called strike at the letters. Full Count Ministries full count pitch goes in the dirt, and ball 4. Third walk of the game by Murphy. Tyler Myatt's going to step to the plate. Myatt has walked twice during the series, been hit by a pitch. He's also hit one out of here to right center field for a grand slam yesterday and to left center field today in game 1 for a grand slam. He's just hit a 2-run shot now. And that one gets up into the pine trees as Murphy delivers a breaking pitch to the liking of Tyler Myatt. That is home run number 23. Myatt has a home run in each of the 3 games. That's the first one that's not a grand slam. He now has 11 RBIs in the 3 games, and that will end the afternoon for Ryan Murphy. We'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete called the bullpen for the Pioneers. Drew Moorhead, 5'11", 195-pound freshman from Clarksville Rossview High School. General Studies major, the son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. Hello to Grandma Loco in Bowling Green, as Moorhead is on in relief of Ryan Murphy. Goes 1 1/3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 7 runs. They're earned, walks 3, and hits 1 batter. Moorhead is on for his 16th appearance of the year, his 15th in relief. Sorry, got that music blaring in your ear. 26 2/3 innings of work, 30 hits, 26 runs. 22 of those are earned, walked 20, struck out 29. He has plunked 5 batters, and he'll face Holden Pantier with 1 out here in the 2nd. First pitch swinging. Pantier fouls that breaking pitch straight back. Tyler Myatt just hit his 23rd home run of the year. Leads the TCCAA conference. Another breaking pitch in there for a called strike. The leader in all 3 of the Triple Crown categories in the conference. And a good morning, good afternoon, good night to Holden Pantier, as Moorhead has just snapped off 3 breaking pitches for out number 2. Carson Cabbage, who had a 3-run homer out of here to right field, stands in. That's a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout as Moorhead tries the 4th breaking pitch. That one sails a little bit high. Cabbage hit his 8th of the year. It was a rocket out of here, and that one's lifted up in the right field. Mashinsky looks like he's going to measure that one, and it'll be a couple steps shy of the warning track as Moorhead comes in and retires the 2 batters he faces. But Walters State picks up 2 more runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 2nd, VolState down by a touchdown. State Sports Network. Luke Lawson, Brody Prairie, and A.J. Armstrong to face Gage Peterson. Lawson 1 for 4 in the series, 0 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader. He's actually 1 for 4 in the series. Squared around the bunt there, pulled the bat back on a pitch low. Lawson, very fast runner. Pantier now even with the bag at third base as Lawson looks at ball 2. Luke, a redshirt freshman, planning on attending UT Martin. This one out to right center field. That will be caught by Taylor Harris. A running catch back toward the infield for the first out of the bottom of the 2nd. Now Brody Prairie get an at-bat. Came in yesterday's game into center field, but after Devin Thrain went out with an injury, did not get an at-bat. He swings at the first pitch he sees and delivers one out to left field, and back goes Vogley, and he's going to see that one hit off the warning track and one hop to the fence for a dudette double off the bat of Brody Prairie. Brody, 6'2", 195-pound freshman from Rossview High School in Clarksville, the son of Troy and Shannon Prairie, brother to Chase, Logan, and Bryce, grandson of Grandpa and Grandma Prairie in Jerome, Idaho, and Grandma Irwin in Colorado Springs. As he picks on the first pitch he sees from Gage Peterson and delivers a double over the head of Vogley in left field. 2 hits in the ballgame now as A.J. Armstrong steps in. Armstrong sees a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. A.J. 0 for 2 in game 1 of the doubleheader, a couple strikeouts. Looks at a breaking pitch up. Armstrong 1 for 5 in the first 2 games. Looking See if he can pick up another RBI. He had an RBI in yesterday's contest. Fastball misses out. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Brady Nepper in the on-deck circle. 1 out, 1 on. VolState trails 7-0 here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Dropped Game 1 11-0, 19-2. The deficit yesterday. Take a healthy cut there and swing and a miss by AJ. Paul and Nana listening in Woodbury, Tennessee. Jack and Sharon Armstrong as parents. And AJ is just struck out for the 3rd time today. Foul tipped that one into the mitt. But if the catcher catches it, it's a strikeout. It's a 3rd strikeout of the game by Gage Peterson. Speaking of number 3, Brady Nepper is going to stand in. 5'10", 170-pound sophomore from Greenbrier, Tennessee. He participated in sophomore day today. 21 players out of, I believe, 39 on the roster. That's what happens in JUCO baseball for the most part. You lose half the guys year after year. 1-0 pitch. Hit high out to right field. Nate Connor will now take a step back and make the catch for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're through 2, scheduled for 7. VolState trails 7-0.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
New second baseman out for VolState is Drew Plummer, apparently unable to continue. I don't think he squeezed the bat with that left hand. So Elijah Harris will replace him at second base, 5'8", 180-pound freshman from Cynthiana, Kentucky. Played at Harrison County High School. He's a civil engineering major here at VolState. The son of Vincent and Rebecca Harris, brother to Jordan, Kaya, Kimmy, and Tyler. Got a mamaw and a grandpa and a grandma. They're all in Cynthiana, Kentucky. As Drew Moorhead out for his first full inning of work to face 7 and 8 and 9 in the Walters State lineup. Walker Morgan leads off. Now looking at a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He reached on an error. On a ground ball to Nepper at short. Was stranded at second in the first inning. Breaking pitch popped up down the right field line. It could be playable, but it would be in foul territory. Mashinsky gives chase, but has to catch it on one hop. Morgan now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Drew Moorhead leads the conference in saves. He has 6, which is the most by a Pioneer at VolState since Antonio Costas had 6 back in 2018. Antonio Costas I got to meet earlier. He is the coach for the Cumberland Junior Varsity squad as Moorhead gets Morgan chasing on the slider outside for a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to begin the third. Second strikeout of the game for Drew Moorhead. Extremely vicious dog at the Moorhead house, by the way. I met that dog at Roan State. Did not get the name, as there's a soft line drive off the bat of Jack Torbett into the glove of Brady Nepper. First two retired here in the third.
Off the bat, Taylor, error.
Drew's parents at Roan State, Jeff and Alicia, and their dog they had on a leash did not like me, apparently, as there's a breaking pitch to Taylor Harris for a called strike. Just kidding. Very family dog right there, just very protective. I like dogs. I don't have one anymore, but I like dogs. D-Train, you got a dog at your house? No? You guys are you're cat people, aren't you? We got a cat. I'd open the front door if it wasn't for my wife. Let that cat out, though. Started out as my daughter's cat. Then she decided she wanted to be a dog person. Guess who got the cat? My wife. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball foul. Dave Shelton will olay that one. So it gets into the corner in front of the VolState bullpen. He's an okay cat, though. I won't cry when he's gone. Like I will the last time I see these guys. D-Train, Devin Thrain. Gonna miss you, buddy. You've been around for 3 of my 4 years here at VolState. Popping up to the right side out of play is Taylor Harris. He's 1 for 1 in this game. Oh, we got 7 or 8. There's Caden Blackford, another gray beard. He's third-year player. Parker White, Drew Plummer, Braxton Alexander. Murphy's 2.5. He's just a 2.5-year guy. Popped up. Let's see if that's playable. Dennings over to the fence. Wind might push that one back, and he makes the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Drew Moorhead. It's only the second one of the series so far for VolState as Moorhead retires Morgan, Torbett, and Harris in order. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Let's see if VolState can crack the scoring column on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Head to the bottom of the third. Just trying to see if we had any scores from the ladies softball. What was the final of game 1, Alec? It was 8-0 at some point in time. And now it's 5-4 VolState over Southwest in game 2. Elijah Harris getting his first at-bat of the series. Freshman from Cynthiana, Kentucky. 5'8". Nobody swings the bat harder than Elijah Harris. He subscribes to my theory of hitting. Swing hard just in case you hit it. Playing in his 13th game of the year. 3 hits, all singles. Takes a healthy cut there. That head might have been pulled off just a little bit. And fastball at his shins for ball 3. Kobe Ross, his fellow Kentuckian, rooting for him. His roommate, right? Roommates, 3-1 pitch. And Elijah Harris draws the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the third. It's his third walk of the season.
After that, Reed Mashinsky.
First walk by Gage Peterson. And brings up Reed Mashinsky, who is due. Mashinsky came in hitting .307 to today's action. He is 0 for. So the pitch right down the middle for called strike. Mashinsky, one of those 3-year sophomores. Drew Plummer. Parker White, Braxton Alexander. Slider up. Devin Thrain, Caden Blackford. I think that's all. Been around the program for 3 years. This is my 4th year. There's a fastball in there at the knees for a called strike. Peterson just reached out and stepped on that one. Walters State, they'll get some pitchers in there that can throw the baseball hard. They have had a lot of success, pitchers and hitters. 1-2, tapped foul. Jim McGuire always olays a foul ball down that way. Doesn't matter how softly. It could land at his feet. He probably would pick it up then. Haven't seen it happen in 4 years, though. He gives a token effort, but he's a smart man down there. There's no glory in trying to catch a ball as a third base coach. Swing and a miss. That ball tailed away from Mashinsky. He's down on strikes for the second time in this game. 4th strikeout for Peterson. Came in with 51 of them in 39 2/3 innings. Now up to 55 as Easton Denning stands in. He smoked a single into center field that hit right at the feet of Taylor Harris in center field. Denning's folks are here. Mom and Dad. Sierra, Easton's mom's got the phone up. She's videoing the at-bat. Easton, a 6'3", 215-pound freshman from McMinnville, Tennessee. Father of Terry, who's a pharmacist, and Sierra Denning. Ruby, Willa, and Lawson, his younger siblings. Pappy and Nani, Papa and Grana there in McMinnville. Stacy and Gigi there in Dunlap, Tennessee. 0-1 pitch. It's a changeup outside. Swung on and missed. A lot of movement on that pitch, and Denning's down in the count 0-2. He has seen the full array from Walters State pitchers today. Aiden Robertson probably threw him 3 or 4 different types of pitches. See if Denning can deposit one over the fence here. 0-2 pitch. Another changeup swung on a miss. That was in the same spot. Denning is down on strikes. Now 1 for 2. That'll bring up Gage Hoover. He's looking to put the bat on the ball. People falling on the aluminum stands here. Hoover 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Not for lack of hitting. Elijah Harris is going to head on down to second base on the pass ball. Ball popped in and out of the glove of Cabbage. Hoover, a Creeker from Stewart's Creek High School, was a 2023 Player of the Year. And swings and misses there. He was the Stewart's Creek Male Athlete of the Year in 2023. He had a lot of accolades. And when he hits lots of home runs, Grandma up in Pittsburgh sends cookies. There's a called strike. She's even sent some up here to the press box, and they were delicious. Weren't they, Kobe? They were good. I mean, a variety pack. Mike Hoover brought those up. We appreciate food. Mike Trigg, Caden Trigg's dad brought a Jersey Mike's, I think it was a turkey sandwich, up to the press box for me with a cookie and some chips. What a nice man for bringing that up. Did not get a chance to go by Jersey Mike's. 1-2 pitch to Hoover. Starts to go. They want to check with the base umpire, and Mr. McNabney says no, he did not go. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second. VolState looking for their first run of the day. Been outscored 18-0 today. Outscored 19-2 yesterday. And Hoover's going to go down looking this time. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts by Gage Peterson. He now has 6. We are through 3, 7-0. Walters State leads. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code the market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. Drew Moorhead back out for his second full inning. Walters State been on a scoring spree, especially in the last 2, 4, 6, 7 games. They have not scored less than 16 runs in a game, and that was twice. Once at Pellissippi State in a non-conference game, and once at Jackson, a 16-4 win. They're on an 8-game winning streak. They have scored as many as 32 runs. 24, 22, 20. 19 yesterday, 16 twice as Cole Fenton stands in to face Drew Moorhead here in the top of the fourth. Moorhead falls behind 2-0. Fenton 1 for 2 in this game. Singled and scored in the first, grounded out to short to end the first inning. 2 at-bats in the first, and this is his first at-bat since. Flies out to Reed Mashinsky in right field, and that is 6 straight set down by Drew Moorhead. And Nate Connor stands in. Connor over 2 with a couple flyouts, looks at a called strike. He does not agree. Sony makes a stab there and keeps that one in front. Walters State comes in 48 games with a 387 batting average. That is a thousandth of a percentage point. That one's grounded to second. Elijah Harris gets his first opportunity, and he throws Connor out at first base. For out number 2, Connor now 0 for 3. Midland College at 386 is in second place. Walters State leads the country in extra base hits. Coming into today's game, 238 of those, including 93 home runs, which is tops in the country. Jack Vogley at the plate. He's walked and scored twice. They have 132 doubles coming in, 133 doubles. Had a couple in game 1 and 1 here in game 2. Now 3 balls and no strikes, and Vogley is the walk king this series. Pitch away from walking. He gets that one in there for a called strike. I think he's got 6 walks. Two in each of the 3 games as he swings and misses there. We'll have a Full Count Ministries full count. Thanks to Full Count Ministries. Josh Carmen, Director of Baseball. John Smithson, who's the Executive Director now. And Reed Mashinsky, as Vogley does, draw his 3rd walk in this game and his 7th of the series. First walk by Moorhead as he allows the first runner to reach base, and he gets the pleasure of facing Tyler Myatt, best hitter in the country, stands in the left side. Former teammate of Parker White. He's from Tazewell, Tennessee, and throw over and Vogley back. Saying in the first game that Tyler Myatt had a Senate resolution in his name honoring him as the player of the week from Claiborne County. Another throw over, and they got Vogley. So Myatt's going to have to wait until next inning to bat as Vogley is picked off. So he reaches on the walk. For the first time that he's walked that he doesn't score, he's out 1-3, and Moorhead faces the minimum for the 2nd straight inning. And that's the first time, I believe, in the series that Walters State has 2 zeros in a row on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. VolState will come back for the bottom of the 4th, see if they can put something up in the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Lex Falsoni, Luke Lawson, Brody Prairie to face Gage Peterson here in the bottom of the 4th. VolState with a couple of hits. Still have not stepped on home plate meaningfully today. Lex Falsoni, he goes up there swinging, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 1st inning. Peterson started this game. His 10th start of the year, his 11th appearance, comes in with a 6-2 record. Now over 40 innings of work for the Senators. 6'5", right-hander. Tyler Peterson, who's a left-handed pitcher on the roster, but no relation to Gage, I assume, unless they're cousins. Popped up on the right side. That will get into the outfield. Nate Connor looking up into the sky, makes the catch. There's the first bat on the ball for an out since the end of the second inning, and it was a fly out to Nate Connor. Peterson struck out the side after a leadoff walk to Elijah Harris. And Luke Lawson steps in. He flew out to his counterpart, the center fielder, leading off the second. Squaring around a bunt. And he offers, then tries to pull the bat back to see if he can get away with that one. But Trevor Stevens says, nope, you're not going to get away with that. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Lawson now down in the count 0-2. Luke reached on an error in game one, but was stranded at first. Had a runner in front of him, J.C. Menendez. But at that point, VolState was down 6-0. Probably was not going to be trying to steal. He's got some wheels. 1-2 pitch. That's going to hit Luke Lawson. He's going to reach on the harm. Second hit batter by Peterson. That's 7 now for Peterson on the year. I was saying Tyler Peterson, a left-hander, redshirt sophomore from Youngstown, Ohio. Another Ohioan on the squad. So 2 players from Ohio on Walters State. Jack Vogley and Tyler Peterson. Brody Prairie steps in. First pitch he saw from Peterson in the second. He deposited over the head of Jack Vogley, who's now playing, looks like he's playing right in front of the warning track in left field. Not going to let that happen again. If it goes over his head, it's going to go over the fence. Popped up and out of play by the two-way player, Brody Prairie. Prairie playing in his 15th, make it 16th game. Well, I guess it would be 15th. They did record that from yesterday's games. He looks at a changeup in there for a called strike. Came in 2 for 6. He's now 3 for 7. And that is a .375 batting average. That was his first extra base hit of his collegiate career, a double. Now in 3 hits, throw over to first. Lawson back in. Prairie also has 8 appearances on the mound. One of those is a start. He has 2 saves in 8 innings of work, a 1-0 record. Getting an opportunity here with Scotty Dean on the shelf. And umpire balk there nearly rang up Brody Prairie. He started to come out of his stance and stayed back down. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. We will not be on the road in Vincennes on a broadcast as a time violation called on Gage Peterson, and that will make this a Full Count Ministries full count. One of the 4 freshmen, Brody Prairie, of members of the Full Count 242 group. Jaden Perez, Brody Prairie, Drew Moorhead, and A.J. Armstrong. Runner on the move. Pitch is swung on and missed. And the throw one-hopped Nice glove work there by Fenton to dig that one out of the grass, but Lawson gets the stolen base as Prairie goes down on strikes. 7 strikeout of the game for Peterson. And Lawson picks up the stolen base. That's his 14th of the season, as Armstrong misses on the breaking pitch. AJ also looking to get the bat on the ball for the first time today. He struck out 3 times. In the dirt, Lawson's going to try for third. The throw is going to be not in time. Pantier thought he slapped the tag down on Lawson in time, but Lawson moves up on the wild pitch. And head coach Dave Shelton coming over to express his displeasure with Mark McNabney, who's going to say, I got his foot in there before the tag was applied. I don't know what else you can do to argue that, but Dave Shelton might be saying, look, we've had several calls go against us. The play at second base on Lawson on the stolen base was pretty close. 1-1 count to Armstrong, runner at third. If I'm Walters State, I'm hunting another shutout, so definitely don't want to allow any gimmies here. Whenever you travel from one part of the state to the other part of the state, you're going to get the umpires for the local area, and A.J. Armstrong's going to take that one in the upper back. Second hit batter. And that puts runners at first and third, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sportsfield. Nobody warming in the Walters State bullpen. Brady Nepper's going to stand in. First time to reach base today for A.J. Armstrong. He's a pretty tough kid. Did not play football in high school. I was kind of surprised. Thick man, he's shaking that left arm right there. That will ring all the way down to your wrist. You get hit that upper back by you guys exercise. Is that a scapula back there? Your shoulder blade? 0-1. Sliced foul down the right field line. That will get into the Walters State bullpen, and the count goes 0-2 with Elijah Harris on deck. Or he's supposed to be. There he is. Peterson comes set and delivers. Driven into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and there goes the shutout. Brady Nepper gets the RBI single. Drives in Luke Lawson. Hit by a pitch, stole second, reached third on aggressive running with 2 outs. And scores on the base hit by Nepper, the former Bobcat from Greenbrier. Armstrong down to second, and Elijah Harris will get an at-bat. See if Elijah can do something. Find a gap here. He finds a pop-up. Back is Cabbage. Throws off the helmet, and on the first pitch, Harris sees. He pops out to the catcher in foul territory to end the inning. Pioneers finally scratch for 1 on 1 hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We are through 4 innings. The score is 7-1. Walters State leads.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. Final home game of the year for VolState on the road to Jackson State next weekend. They'll also be on the road to Vincennes, Indiana, weather permitting, on Wednesday for a 9-inning contest. I will not broadcast that game. Lord willing, I will be down in Jackson with the ball club for the 3-game series to finish the season against the Green Jays. Tyler Myatt, who was at the plate when Vogley was picked off at first, stands in and looks at the first pitch that bounces to the backstop. Myatt, a very productive 3 hits in the series. Collected 10 RBIs with those 3 hits. They've all left the yard. 2 grand slams and a 2-run home run. Now has 23 on the season. Shows him as a redshirt freshman from Claiborne County High School, Tazewell, Tennessee. That's where Owa, Parker White's grandmother, lives, where Paul White grew up, Parker's dad. I think it's right. Ground ball to first, and Easton Denning gonna have an easy play there as it hugs the fair line, and a 3 unassisted will retire Myatt. He chopped that one right into the turf, or the dirt. All natural surface here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Tim Garrett, former legislator. Wonder if he ever introduced a bill for a VolState baseball player. Steve Sutherland, the state senator from Hamlin County, apparently is a Walters State guy. I'm assuming he's a Walters State grad. Shows it on his bio. He has introduced resolutions for a number of VolState players on commemorating their athletic accolades. So good for him. Gonna have to find Farrell Hale here locally to do that. Eben Hansen is the current conference pitcher of the week. He started game 1 today against Aiden Robertson. Did not have the outing he had hoped. But he had a good week last week, as we now have Full Count Ministries full count to Pantier, who's 1 for 2. Had a 2-run double in the first, struck out looking in the second. And he draws a walk. Second walk given up by Moorhead, who's gone 3 innings so far and only given up 2 walks. Carson Cabbage stands in. He had a 3-run home run in the first. It was his 8th of the year. Flew out to right field. Bats here in the top of the 5th with 1 out and 1 on. Pantier scrambles back to first. Evan Hansen went 4 innings in game 1 today. Gave up 5 hits, 6 runs. 5 of those were earned, walked 4, struck out 4. He also plunked 3 batters. A balk called on Drew Moorhead. Down to second base goes Pantier. Second walk of the series. Second balk called of the series. No pitch to Cabbage. He's looking at an 0-1 count. Fastball misses down. Drew may be getting tired right now. Lex Falsoni's going to go out and have a chat. There is a right-hander warming in the bullpen. Say that looks like Brady Davis with these old eyes that I have. He has a distinctive motion and a distinctive slender look out there on the mound. Freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. 9 Clarksville players on this year's version of the 2025 roster. 4 from Clarksville High School. 3 from Rossview High School. Drew Moorhead is 1. Scotty Dean and Brody Prairie. So 2 of those are in the lineup right now. Prairie is a DH. And 2 from Clarksville Academy. That's Cooper Wallace and Max Castle. Good visit there by Lex Falsoni, the veteran catcher. Gets Moorhead to drop in a breaking pitch for a called strike. Walker Morgan on deck. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 5th inning. Moorhead trying to put another 0. That's drilled out to center field. Back goes Lawson. He's still going. Can't get that one. It hits at the base of the fence. 1 run's going to score. And Cabbage is going to get another extra base hit, pick up another RBI. That's his 4th as Pantier comes in for run number 8. And Walker Morgan, who's 0 for 2, steps into the box. Second double of the game for Walters State. Strike called on the 6-7 first baseman. Taylor Harris had 2 doubles in game 1. Kenny Cox had 1. Popped foul out of play. Kenny Cox was 2 for 4 in that game. He was the catcher. So 5 doubles in the doubleheader for Walters State. That puts them at 138. Chopper to third. Armstrong looks a runner back at second. Throws across the diamond to Easton Denning to retire Walker Morgan for out number 2. That brings the second baseman, Jack Torbett, to the plate. He's 0 for 2. 6 hits in the ball game for Walters State. They had 8 in game 1 of the doubleheader, 9 in yesterday's game. They've been handed a lot of free bases by VolState pitching today and yesterday. Five walks in this game. 1 hit batter. 1 error. 1-0 pitch to Torbett. That catches the inside corner for a called strike. Moorhead trying to shut this inning down with only 1 run. Torbett takes ball 2 outside. Torbett, a redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 180 pounds from Science Hill High School in Johnson City, Tennessee. Came in hitting .434. That pitch is in the dirt. He went 3 for 3 in yesterday's game. Oh for 4 today in the doubleheader. 3-1 count. Runner at second and 2 out. Drew Moorhead's going to wheel, and that's going to be his 1 disengagement. Umpires make sure that everybody in the park knows it. That's their job. They got to keep track of such things. If he does it again, it's ball 4. Big lead off a second, and the pitch catches the left-handed batter's box for ball 4. Third walk of the game by Moorhead. Second of the inning. And Taylor Harris, the center fielder, steps in. He's 1 for 2. Harris, 6'3", 200-pound redshirt sophomore from Woodstock, Georgia. Good stop there by Lex Falsoni. Trevor Mutzi will come out and have a chat with the freshman from Clarksville, Rossview High School. Trevor Mutzi, the first-year pitching coach for VolState. The 4th pitching coach here with the Pioneers in the 4 years that Jim McGuire has been at the helm. It's an entry-level, part-time position here at VolState. Hard to keep somebody past 1 year. Ross Spurgeon, the first pitching coach, followed up by Braden Kale. Sam Fulks last year. Braden Kale's now at Trevecca. He launched his 1 year at VolState into a full-time position at Trevecca Nazarene University, the Trojans in Nashville. And Sam Fulks, pitching coach last year. Former coach in Henry County with Shane Kemp, who was a volunteer assistant coach last year. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. On deck, Cole Fenton, the leadoff batter. Last game, VolState gave up 5 runs in the top of the 5th. That brought it to the Mercy Rule deficit. That pitch is fouled off. That'll get out of play outside the playing area. No spectators harmed with that foul ball. Carter Waltz out of the dugout. He'll come around the press box and see if he can find that pearl. 2-1 count. Moorhead delivers. Pretty good looking pitch. Apparently it landed a little bit low. Right-handed hitting Taylor Harris, the number 9 batter in the lineup for the number 4 team in the country. I'm telling you, Lady Pioneers having a tough time with Southwest Lady Salukis. Now 9-9 as that pitch is popped up. It should be playable. Lex Falsoni over. Drew Moorhead's going to call for it, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. Good job by Moorhead to come in and look athletic, make the catch in foul territory to retire the Senators. We'll keep it right here as they score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner is left on base. Now between the 5th inning, we get to our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight. Today's spotlight is Greg Butch Hammer, a noted alumni, played in 77, 78 pitcher. You know what? That's not Butch. It's Greg Hammer. It's Hunter. Greg Hunter is Butch. I butchered that. Greg Hammer. I added just now saw that as I put that in there. Greg Hammer was a pitcher. Greg Hunter, I believe, was an outfielder maybe and also a pitcher. But Greg Hammer's got a brick in the alumni patio. And again, if you don't want to miss out on having a brick for your sophomore or redshirt freshman in our alumni brick patio, so that next year, Lord willing, when I'm back on the microphone for the 26th edition of the VolState Pioneers, I can use your player just like I can use Devin Thrain, Reed Mashinsky, Drew Plummer, Gage Hoover. They're all going to have bricks in the alumni brick patio, and you don't want to miss out on that. Send me an email at tresports@gmail.com, and I'll get you the information that you need. All it is $100. See if we've got anybody who's sent in emails today. There's a couple. Get to those. Jocelyn Wolf. She's a fan of Walters State. Jocelyn and Gary Wolf, They are the #1 fans of Walters State Community College. Appreciate the kind comments from the Wolf family as Reed Mashinsky swings at the first pitch he sees from Gage Peterson, and he flies out to his counterpart in right field, Nate Connor, for out #1. Mashinsky now 0 for 3 as Easton Denning steps to the plate. Drew's dog sends an email. Jeff Moorhead. Drew's dog's name is Bo. Bo Jackson. Trust me, he only likes 3 people. Jeff Moorhead working today on Good Friday. Slave drivers over there at the bank. Bo, that's a great name. Got a granddaughter named Bo. Denning pops that one out of play. Her name is actually Blakely Olivia, but B.O. Nobody wants to be called B.O. So they call her Bo. She actually is Bop. Last name is Ponce, so B.O.P. She was literally Baby Bop. She's now 10 years old, double digits. Her and her older sister, Tinley, they live in South Carolina, Beaufort, South Carolina. As Denning down in the count 1-2, starts to swing there, but that pitch comes right in on his hands. Glad he was able to get those out of the way. And it counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7 grandkids, 1 born every odd year since 2013, and 2 born in 2021 as Denning swings and misses. The 8th strikeout of the game for Gage Peterson. Aiden Robertson in game 1 struck out 10 Ball State Pioneers. Cooper Wallace is going to get an at-bat. He's going to pinch hit for Gage Hoover, Clarksville Academy outfielder. Cooper got an at-bat in yesterday's game in the 7th. Grounded out on a really nice sliding play by Cole Fenton there in the 7th. Wallace now 2-0 count. He participated in sophomore day. He's a redshirt freshman, but Cooper plans on attending UT Knoxville in the fall to pursue a kinesiology degree. Swings and misses. Now the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Son of Matt Wallace and Tara Goodman. Brother to Colton. Got a grandpa he calls Paul up in Clarksville. And Poppy's down in Daytona Beach, or Daytona, Florida, as he gets a ground ball to second. Torbett throws on to first for the final out, a 1-2-3 inning. In the 5th inning, we'll head to the 6th. Score is 8-1. Vol State is trailing by 7. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Brady Davis, 5'11", 165-pound freshman from Clarksville High School in Clarksville, Tennessee, on in relief of his teammate, former rival at Rossview High School. Brady Davis, the son of Rodney and Ryan Davis, brother to Faith, grandson of Grandpa and Grammy. They're both in Clarksville, Tennessee. Davis on in relief of Drew Moorhead, who goes 3 2/3 innings of work. 1 hit, 1 run, it was earned, walked 3, struck out 2, faced 12 batters. Brady Davis getting an extended version of his walkout song as he will face the top of the order, Cole Fenton, Nate Connor, Jack Vogley. Ground ball up the middle. Nepper backpedals, gloves, and throws to Denning and gets Fenton by an eyelash. Second time that Nepper has thrown out Fenton. Brady Davis on for his 13th appearance of the year as we have a pinch hitter for Walters State. Atticus Goodson will get an at-bat. He came in as a pinch hitter in yesterday's game and hit a double in the left field corner. Looks at a called strike. Flares one out to left field, and that's Cooper Wallace, the new left fielder. And makes the catch for out number 2. Jack Vogley will step to the plate. Would assume that Goodson would go in right field for Connor. Vogley's drawn 3 walks in 3 plate appearances. Scored twice, was picked off once. Breaking pitch stays inside. Davis on for his 11th appearance in relief. He has 1 save in 19 2/3 innings. That breaking pitch gets in there. Giving up 24 hits, 16 runs, 14 of those are earned. Walked 6, struck out 16. He has plunked 9 batters. Back when I played college, if you led the team in hit by pitches, you were called the assassin, and that was Gary Parrish at Belmont when I was there. Great guy. Another check swing. Vogley had about 5 of those in the series, and I think any of them have gone his way. Full count Ministries, full count with 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 6th. Vogley draws his 4th walk. He can't get a hitting streak started. It is his 8th walk of the series. Tyler Myatt, 1 for 2, stands in, the DH. Hit a 2-run home run in the second, grounded out to Denning at first base. Swings at the first pitch and launches out to left center field. Off the batter's eye in center field, Luke Lawson picks it up. He gets it back in, but that's an RBI double by Tyler Myatt. His 3rd RBI of the game. 2nd extra base hit in game 2. That's his first hit that's not a home run in the series. Vogley scores from first. And Walters State leads 9-1. I love how they put the H up there on the scoreboard, Toyota Gallatin scoreboard, when there's no doubt that it was a hit. Pinch hitter Justin Bell stands in. 2-way player, 6'2", 190-pound redshirt freshman from Maryville, Tennessee, William Blount High School. He looks at a breaking pitch that misses upstairs. Pinch hitting for Hayden Pantier is Justin Bell. Went in at third base in yesterday's game. Grounded into a fielder's choice in his only at-bat in yesterday's game. He is not hitting with the orange bat that he came up here in the press box. Saw Alec Tromke with it in his hand. Tromke was caught orange-handed with the bat in his hand. Can't use it because apparently it has a dent in it. 2-1 pitch, swung on and foul tipped into the mitt. I thought of Falsoni, not indicated by our home plate umpire. On deck, another pinch hitter. If Bell reaches, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, and Bell's going to go down looking. And a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the 6th inning. 1 run on 1 hit. That 4th walk to Vogley came across to score. No errors, 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th, 9-1. Walters State leads.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
New pitcher on for Walters State. Jace Kirby, a left-hander, a former Summit Spartan. He was the young man I was looking for. I thought there was one on the Walters State roster. 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore is on in relief of Gage Peterson. He goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1, struck out 8, plunked 3. Pioneers faced 22 and is in line for his 7th win of the year. And Kirby out for the 6th inning will face Lex Falsoni, Luke Lawson, and Brody Prairie. First pitch swinging is Falsoni. That gets right to Justin Bell, the new third baseman, who throws Falsoni out 5-3. Lex now 0 for 3 in the game. Trying to figure out all the new players. Fenton and Torbett still up the middle as Bell, Fenton, Torbett, and Morgan third to first. Lawson now down to count 0-2 and swings and misses at a ball that pops out of Cabbage's glove, and his throw a little bit outside, but good thing that Walker Morgan is 6'7". Stretches to complete the strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Jace with a C, Kirby. VolState had a Jace Mizell here a couple of years ago, who was the conference player of the year. This was Jas. He's now playing at Kentucky Wesleyan as Brody Prairie 1 for 2 stands in. Lefty on lefty matchup. Kirby trying to get a 1-2-3 inning. Prairie cannot hold up. Atticus Goodson does go in for Connor. in right field is another ground ball. Bell's getting another opportunity. He throws it just in time to get Prairie at a 1-2-3 inning for Kirby as the Pioneers go down quietly in the 6th. Final inning of play regardless as we go to the top of the 7th. Walters State comfortably ahead 9-1.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Couple pinch hitters here to start the top of the 7th for Walters State. Hayden Blair will pinch hit for Carson Cabbage, facing Brady Davis out for his 2nd inning of work. Walters State has outscored VolState 30-3. Make it 39-3 as Blair comes out swinging. Blair from Sonoa, Georgia, 6'3", 230-pound redshirt freshman. Changeup misses down. Blair pinch hit in yesterday's game, struck out swinging. Faced Max Castle. Was the first out recorded by Max Castle, who went 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 7 batters. Davis misses outside with a changeup. 3-1 to the left-handed hitting Hayden Blair. It shows he's a righty-righty on their roster, but swing and a miss. I've seen him take batting practice twice. They only have 3 left-handed hitters. Tyler Myatt, Nate Connor, and Hayden Blair. Full count, Ministries, full count. There's a shot to second base. Elijah Harris bobbles, gloves, and throws to Denning for out number 1. Now Drew Blaylock will come to the plate. Another pinch hitter. He'll undoubtedly go in at first base, I would assume. He's from Franklin, Tennessee. Independence High School. He also got an at-bat in yesterday's game 1. He drew a walk. Takes a healthy hack there and foul tips that one back. Catches a piece of Lex Falsoni, the possibly future firefighter. Stewart's Creek High School. Breaking pitch misses up. Jack Torbett is in the on-deck circle. So he will apparently stay in at second base. 1-1 pitch. Popped up into center field. Luke Lawson has his arms out, and he says, "I've got it," and he makes the catch for out number 2. Now Torbett looking for his first hit of the game.
Up to bat, Jack Torbett.
Steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Actually looking for his first hit of the day. Was 3 for 3 in yesterday's game. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Also drew a walk. Was on base all 4 times he came to the plate yesterday. Today a different story, so maybe he doesn't like where they slept last night. Looks at a first pitch strike from Brady Davis, a freshman. Slightly built Brady Davis. Is he the only redheaded player on the team? I was the only redheaded player on most of the teams I played for. 0-2 pitch. A check swing, and there is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the 7th. Good job by Brady Davis. He retired the last 4 batters he faced. That's his second. No runs, no hits, no errors. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, VolState needs 8 to tie, 9 to win. New pitcher on the mound for Walters State, Rowan Park. Where's the number 12? 6'1", 190-pound redshirt sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, Walton High School. Park is on for his 13th appearance, 11th in relief, 6.75 ERA, has a save. This is not a save situation. 18 2/3 innings, giving up 21 hits, 14 runs. They were earned. Walked 9, struck out 22. Has plunked 3 batters. Is A.J. Armstrong. Gets his 3rd at-bat. He's been plunked once and struck out. Looking to get his first hit of the day. And sees a fastball sail high. Jace Kirby goes 1 inning. Does not allow a hit or a run. Strikes out a batter. Faces the minimum 3. Breaking pitch into Armstrong for a called strike. That was Kirby's 13th appearance of the year. Lowered his 3.93 ERA. 18 in the 3rd innings, make it 19 in the 3rd innings. Armstrong started to go. He did not, according to Mark McNabney, the base umpire. Kirby giving up 10 runs, 8 of those earned, walked 9, struck out 20, now 8. 28 on the season. Pitch at the knees for a called strike, Armstrong. Now looking at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. This is the final inning. VolState trailing 9-1. Outscored 39-3 so far. There is ball 3 outside. Full count, Ministries full count. Just got one more week of reading. We're in the first epistle to the Corinthians, written by Paul. Full count pitch, grounded to short. Backhanded by Fenton. And the strong throw to Blaylock at first retires Armstrong. It's a good-looking shortstop out there that Walters State should get back for next year, I would assume. And Brady Nepper has one of the 3 hits for VolState here in Game 2. Also has the only RBI. Hit a line drive at the right field, and he's going to smash one over that way again, where Atticus Goodson has come in for Nate Connor, and now VolState down to their final out as Elijah Harris will get his 3rd at-bat. He came on for Drew Plummer, who got hit by a pitch. in the bottom of the first inning, stayed in for a couple innings, but then Harris came in the top of the third to take over at second base. There's a sharp breaking pitch that Harris offered at. Count is 0-1. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rowan Park delivers another sharp slider. That one misses low and away. VolState will be on the road on Wednesday, traveling to Vincennes, weather dependent. And then last series of the year in the regular season at Jackson State, scheduled right now for Friday and Saturday next week. 2-1 pitch is high. On deck, Carson Sanders hoping to get an at-bat here with 2 outs and nobody on. He is rooting for a walk or a base hit right here by Elijah Harris. Popped up and straight back, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Clouds taking over here at Pioneer Park. Sanders, a sophomore from Clarksville High School. Full count pitch. Sliced foul. Just what Pioneer pitchers want right now, is to have to go find a baseball at the end of a game. Harris from Cynthiana, Kentucky. Middle infielder, can play second or short. Looking at a 3-2 pitch. Grounded. That will get through the hole into left field, and Elijah Harris picks up a base hit. And Carson Sanders will get his at-bat. A chopper through the left side. Brings up the barber. Carson Sanders. Carson got an at-bat in yesterday's game in the final inning and struck out. Mashinsky ends the day with an 0 for 3 here in game 2. And Sanders not going to get a chance to bat. He's going to get plunked. That's disheartening. Your last at-bat at home, you don't even get a chance to swing the stick. That's the 4th hit batter by Walters State pitchers today. Now runners at first and second. Easton Denning stands in. He's 1 for 3. Singled and is struck out in the 3rd and the 5th. 2 on, 2 out. Denning grounds one up the middle, and diving attempt cannot be made. Elijah Harris trying to score, and he will, standing up. An RBI single for Easton Denning. Scores Harris, and runners now stay at first and second. And Cooper Wallace will get his second at-bat. Denning 2 for 4. Picks up his 50th RBI, and Wallace has to back away. Wallace stays in there on that fastball and fouls it straight back. Now 9-2. Lex Falsoni on deck, hoping that Wallace passes it back with 2 outs and 2 on. A great pitch right there. They're going to check to see if Wallace went. He did not go. Could have been called a strike on the position over the plate. Hayden Blair, the catcher, he came in for Carson Cabbage, top of the 7th. Ground ball to short, this should do it. Fenton gloves and throws on to Torbett for the final out. And Walters State sweeps the series 9-2. And make sure your place is cleaned up, okay, and all those papers and stuff, Alec. Winning pitcher is Gage Peterson. He moves to 7-2. Ryan Murphy falls to 1-4. No save in the game. That takes 2 hours on the dot to complete. 9 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Walters State. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pioneers. Walters State moves to 43-6-1 on the season, 22-5 in the conference. VolState falls to 30-17 overall, 10-15 in conference play. And our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, let's see who we've got. Easton Denning had a couple hits and an RBI, 2 for 4. Pitching-wise, Drew Moorhead came in and shut down the #1 hitting team in the country, and only 1 hit and 1 run. Did walk 3. Drew Moorhead's going to be the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Congratulations to Drew. Go pick out your brand new Toyota Tundra right across the street. It's a Matchbox car. Drew Moorhead, the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. 3 2/3 innings of work. 1 hit, 1 run. Excellent job in relief of Ryan Murphy. Brady Davis, a good job as well. 2 runs. 1 hit. I'm sorry, he gave up 1 run. It was earned. Walked 1 batter. Struck out 2. And he faced 8 in the ball game. So good job by the freshman from Clarksville as well. VolState on the road Wednesday at Vincennes. Again, I will not be broadcasting that. And if you're looking for the broadcast for the conference tournament, I will be broadcasting, but I don't think. It's going to be on the Game Time Sports Network, so you can go to GameTimeSportsNetwork.com, and you'll have to have a Huddle account. It's free, but my understanding is they will charge for the broadcast. Chattanooga State is hosting, and my understanding is they plan to charge a fee, probably a per game or a one-time fee for the tournament. So I guess get ready for that. Don't think that's typical, but that's what I'm understanding is happening this year. Well, that'll do it from VolState Community College, and this is the final home game. I'm going to go out and have a chat with some of the folks that are here in person. If you have not been able to attend, but you've been listening to home games, you'll get me for 3 more games at least on the VolState Sports Network, weather permitting, next weekend at Jackson State, and also internet dependent as well. So, but it's been my joy to bring you VolState baseball here on the VolState Sports Network. Thank you for all those that have listened in. Thank you even for the road teams that have listened in. I've been absolutely happy to be able to provide a service to you when you can't make it to your son or grandson or nephew's games all year long. It's my 4th year finishing up with VolState. I've enjoyed it, and thanks to Dr. Wendy Tostenson, the president, athletic director Bobby Hudson, and, of course, Jim McGuire, the head coach of the Pioneers, for allowing me to do this. That'll do it for the home series against Walters State. I will sign off. God bless you. We didn't get to the full count verse of the game. I almost forgot it. It's the best verse we've had all year. Isaiah 53, verse 5. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him. That's Jesus. And by his wounds we are healed. Happy Good Friday, commemorating the death of Jesus. I don't know what's good about it other than the fact that if he didn't die, he couldn't rise again on Easter Sunday. God bless you. I hope you have a great Easter weekend. I'll talk to you soon right here on the VolState Sports Network.